So we're in a moment where you have so many different media projects about the so-called drug war and the narco war, and I think unfortunately a lot of them really exploit the reality, which is there's so much pain and suffering has been generated by this conflict, and I think a lot of these projects are generating entertainment, exploiting the very real pain and very real suffering on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border, but in particular in communities in Mexico that have been devastated. And so I think what this film does as a documentary, this is not a shoot-'em-up documentary. This is not an action film. We're interested in providing context and history. And the way we do that in this film is through the stories of 3 real people whose lives have been impacted by the shadow business, by the business of the drug trade. In the film, you have a nun who's a human rights activist, Sister Consuelo, who works with families of the disappeared as they look for justice in Monterrey. You have a former trafficker and rancher, Don Henry Ford Jr., who served time in a federal prison for trafficking. And you have a federal agent, Oscar Hagelseep, who worked as an undercover agent, infiltrating organized crime groups. So all 3 of these people have stories that could belong to fiction, but they're real stories. And so their testimonies are the kind of the anchor of the film. They're the things that kind of drive the story forward and give us a glimpse into what this bigger, complex problem is like.